History Month.
His name is Benjamin Perrine, and he was the last freed slave on Staten Island.
He had so much dignity. If you look at that picture, and he's sitting there, that's what made me proud.
That's his great-great-great-great-granddaughter, Ruth Ann Hills of Staten Island. And get this, she never knew him, found out about him after a filmmaker contacted her and her brother.
This is a real big eye-opener.
See, Perrine, and who knows how many other African-American slaves, are buried underneath a strip shopping center at Forest and Livermore. Heather Quinlan, the filmmaker, found the gravesite and Perrine during research for a documentary.
He was owned by a minister in the Dutch Reformed Church, Reverend Peter Van Pelt.
Well, guess which street Ruth Ann and her brother David Thomas live on? Van Pelt, named after the family of the man who owned Benjamin's mother.
And I thought of, how he fought during the revolution, and he protected that family that owns him.
Now, the descendants and the filmmaker want the community to fight to designate this property as an historic site. For Black History Month, Larry Mullins, 1010 Wins News.
And for more on our Black History Month celebration, you can definitely head over to 1010wins.com/Black History. Black History Month on 1010 Wins, proudly sponsored by your local Toyota dealers. Let's go places. Take a look. Bloomberg Money Watch is coming your way next.
Being young protects us kids from a lot of things, like paying bills and boring meetings. But there's one big thing being young doesn't protect us from. That's COVID. Since August, COVID has made an average of 100,000 kids a week sick. But now, kids 5 to 11 can get a vaccine tailored to give us the best protection. For me, for us, for our kids.
We can do this. Find a vaccine near you at vaccines.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. With low-cost Medicare prescription copays at Walgreens, you won't have a Medicare in the world. As a preferred network pharmacy among so many different plans across the country, Walgreens is here to help make Medicare easier. Start filling Medicare prescriptions at your local Walgreens and see how much you could save today. Find lower copays with Walgreens as a preferred network pharmacy of AARP Medicare RX by United Healthcare, WellCare, and Emblem Health. Walgreens participates with other plans. See walgreens.com/Medicare for details.
Wins News Time, 8:56 now. Bloomberg Money Watch.
Like the creatures of myth and legend, a unicorn company is supposed to be something rare and special. And so it was. For a few years, after venture capitalist Aileen Lee coined the term in 2013 to describe the few dozen startups to be valued at $1 billion. Then, starting in early 2020, the unicorn population exploded.
The pandemic has inflicted so much pain on all of us, but it's also kind of like cemented this opening for software and technology to become a bigger part of the scaffolding of our life.
Now there are more than 1,000 unicorns, and the three biggest, ByteDance, SpaceX, and Stripe, have valuations above or approaching $100 billion. But Lee still thinks unicorn is a good way to describe the billion-dollar startup.
It's still super rare and very hard to achieve.
Rarer still is the unicorn with a female founder. Women-led startups secured only 2% of venture capital in the U.S. last year. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Andrew O'Day for 1010 Wins.
Dell Technologies President's Day business sale has arrived. For a limited time, save up to 45% on all our latest gear to work from anywhere with fast free shipping. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business, so now's the time for incredible savings on PCs, along with servers, monitors, and docks, all with free shipping and quick installation and setup through Dell Installation Services. Get started by shopping online or contacting your Dell Technologies advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. Again, the number to call is 877-ASK-DELL.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep the facility running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccups. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, and Maria in Miami, Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with experienced branch staff at over 250 locations so you get the product you're looking for. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-716-3393. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-716-3393 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-716-3393 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-716-3393.
WINS, WNEW-HD3 New York.
Whenever we need to know what's going on in the city, we instantly go to 1010 Winds.
An Odyssey station.
Winds news time 8:59. 1010 winds. AccuWeather windy today, some sun, increasing clouds, snow showers, snow squalls headed our way as well. Could wreak havoc on visibility, make the roads a nightmare. Stay with us here at 1010 winds. AccuWeather following those. Tonight clear and cold, wind diminishing, low 22. Today's high, by the way, 41. 33 right now, and sunny going up to 41. More people get their news from 1010 winds than from any other radio station in the nation. Carol Noonan is our writer. Heather Bermuda is our service aide. Eileen LaPalmer now at the editor's desk, and I'm Brian Britton.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Winds, New York.
Good morning. 33 degrees at 9 o'clock on this Saturday, February 19th. I'm Kathleen Marple-Kalb, and here's what's happening. From the wind to the rain to the snow, more weather whiplash on the way. AccuWeather here to explain live. On the brink of war, NATO unites behind Ukraine.
If Kremlin's aim is to have less NATO on its borders, it will only get more NATO.
President Biden says Russia has decided to invade. A 4-year-old boy punched in Times Square. Police say his mom tackled the attacker. Marking Black History Month with a KKK ad? That's what got an historical society in one Long Island community in big trouble. A friend of Jeffrey Epstein's has reportedly died the same way as the disgraced financier in a Paris prison cell. NBA All-Star break on. Local NHL teams off, too. 1010 winds AccuWeather. Chilly, windy, snow showers and squalls. High 41. Real feels are lower this afternoon.
6 miles ahead.
Winds east on 901. Traffic and transit now with Bill Powers.
And as we head on out, Kathleen still working on this wreck on the LIE in Queens westbound side as you head into Queens Boulevard. So anticipate delays in both directions. Grand Central, a better option for you. Seeing delays northbound on the Cross Island Parkways, travel on up in towards the Throgs Neck Bridge. All volume, no incidents have been reported in the Bronx. Westbound, check that southbound Bruckner heading into the Bronx River Parkway. Reports of an accident there being cleared. We've got delays in the DQE in both directions over by Atlantic Avenue. They're doing some icicle removal, so anticipate some slow traffic. Here's what we see. Long Island's Big 3 over on the Southern State Parkway heading in towards Route 107. Got an accident. Looks like it's on the westbound side. You need to anticipate delays heading in towards Hicksville Road. Maybe Sunrise, a better option for you. Here's what you need to know about your bridges and tunnels. Not a mooch. Everything is in pretty good shape for you. GW Bridge, Lincoln Island Tunnel. No major problems getting across the Verrazano Bridge. And Saturday parking rules, they are in effect citywide for today. I'm Bill Powers. Your next report is coming up at 9:11 on 1010 Winds.
Because what we really need right now is snow. Maybe some wind, too. We've got snow squalls and wind in the forecast today after a windy and rainy day yesterday. AccuWeather meteorologist Matt Benz breaks it all down for us live.
Yeah, and the wind is just something we can't catch a break from as of late, Kathleen. That will pick up as the day progresses. But our main focus will be on the threat for some snow, and mainly snow squalls here heading into this afternoon. So we'll be dry here through the morning, dry perhaps up until about lunch, but into the early afternoon and on, we'll have to keep an eye out for snow squall passing across the tri-state. And these squalls can produce reduced visibility very quickly. So one moment you may be okay driving around, next moment you may not see much of anything. But not much in the way for snowfall accumulation, perhaps a coating well north and west of the city. And again, turning windy as well, especially later this afternoon through early this evening. Kathleen?
Now, whatever the weather brings, stay with 1010 Winds for the latest info. We'll get you through. All eyes on Ukraine. With word that a Russian invasion could come at any time, NATO is lining up behind Ukraine. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg held a news conference this morning saying Russia will not get what it wants from an invasion.
If Kremlin's aim is to have less NATO on its borders, it will only get more NATO. And if it wants to divide NATO, it will only get an even more united alliance.
Also this morning, a separatist leader in eastern Ukraine has ordered rebel troops to mobilize. President Biden says he thinks Russia's ready to move.
The president saying clearly, for the first time, Vladimir Putin has decided to invade Ukraine.
As of this moment, I'm convinced he's made the decision.
While leaving the door open for a last chance and diplomacy, the president warning he expects an invasion to happen soon.
We believe that they will target Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, a city of 2.8 million innocent people.
Biden saying the political and economic repercussions for Russia would be severe and that the Western allies stand united.
That is correspondent Ian Pannell. More from the ground.
The U.S. is now convinced Russia has decided to invade Ukraine, including an assault on the capital, Kyiv. Traveling here in neighboring Poland, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin told ABC News Russian President Putin has staged everything he needs for a successful invasion.
He has a number of options available to him. He could attack in short order.
The warning comes as pro-Russian rebels evacuated civilians from eastern Ukraine and called for a general mobilization, announcements that appeared to be part of Russia's attempt to paint Ukraine as the aggressor. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, Warsaw, for 1010 Wins.
Winds time 9:04. A 4-year-old boy is recovering after being punched in the head in a frightening random attack in Times Square. Police say 34-year-old Babakar Mbaye came up to that child just before 3:30 and Thursday afternoon and slugged him in the head. Surveillance video shows the child's mother and another woman tackling Mbaye and holding him until the police got there. He was held on $30,000 cash bail last night. They called it a subway safety plan. Mayor Adams and Governor Hochul announcing a proposal to improve conditions for riders and help people who are homeless and mentally ill with more outreach starting on Monday. Reaction?
Shams DeBaron knows all about homelessness.
I'm the guy that was on the train, that slept on all of those trains. I'm the guy that deals with mental illness, that had a serious drinking problem.
But now his life is on track and he's an advocate. He's helping the mayor's office tackle homelessness in the subway, and he applauds the effort.
To see that the city has taken an approach that addresses those needs for my fellow brothers and sisters who I care so deeply for, I am so overwhelmed.
The mayor says teams, along with the police, will find the homeless and get them help. More psychiatric beds and other supportive housing are on the way. And DeBaron says that'll be helpful.
The people that are on the streets and in the trains, those people will leave if they're given a better option.
Carol Diori at 1010 Wins at the Fulton Street subway station.
There was another stabbing in the subway overnight. A homeless man attacked by 3 men trying to rob him, and police are still looking for the guy who slashed a man as he got off the train at the Briarwood station in Queens earlier this week. He is recovering. It's 33 degrees. It's sunny in the city. AccuWeather says the wind advisory starts at 1 p.m. and runs right through midnight. Real fuels will be lower this afternoon. Coming up, new revelations and more bad news for former President Trump. Wings News Time, 9:06.
If you're sick and tired of being overweight, the Skinny Center wants to hear from you. The doctors and medical experts at the Skinny Center know that consistent weight loss is the most effective way for long-term success. The Skinny Center patients lose around 2.5 pounds weekly. That's around 30 pounds over 3 months. Don't be fooled by weight loss ads that promise rapid results. That's like a get-rich-quick scheme. The Skinny Center doctors treat you from the inside out with various tests that will identify metabolic factors that are holding you back. Spring and summer are on the way. Get happy, get healthy, get skinny by calling the Skinny Center at 914-703-4811. That's 914-703-4811 or at theskinnycenter.com. You can even lose weight with online consultations. Just contact the Skinny Center, 914-703-4811 or at theskinnycenter.com. The secret to weight loss isn't dieting. It's theskinnycenter.com.
A friend of disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein has died the same way he did, only in a Paris jail cell. Reports from France Jean-Luc Brunel, a modeling agent being held for an investigation into the rape of minors and sex trafficking of minors, was found dead in his cell today. Several French media reports say he apparently hanged himself. Brunel's lawyer has not commented so far. The agent was a frequent companion of Epstein's, detained at Paris' Charles de Gaulle Airport in 2020. Wings News Time 9:08. New questions about former President Trump's handling of documents. The National Archives says some of the items in dozens of boxes found at Mar-a-Lago were marked classified. This word comes after a week of legal setbacks for Trump. A judge ordered him to sit for a deposition in New York in a business case. His accounting firm declared his financial statements unreliable. And finally, another judge refused to throw out lawsuits against Trump over the January 6th riot, saying his statements may have helped lead to what happened. Now this message, life is a journey. Wear comfortable shoes. Go to ericsshoes.com. That's ericsshoes.com. 33 and sunny, going up to 49 in the sun, but real feels much lower. Traffic is next on Tint and Winds.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Changing the world, one life at a time.
I don't have the luxury of getting on public transit, and to have a lifeline like Balance of Nature coming to my door is especially significant during this time in my life. I'm just happy that Balance of Nature created such a product because it's really a lifeline for me to have something so optimal coming to my door. If I ate nothing else, Balance of Nature would be a meal in and of itself. Purifying and nourishing and all pluses, no downside at all.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code New York.
Okay, who doesn't have a home security system? How would you like a free doorbell camera? You get a doorbell camera, you get a doorbell camera, and you get a doorbell camera. They wish they could give one to everyone, but Sloman's only has enough for the first 40 people. So, the first 40 1010 Wins listeners who dial this number, 833-933-SAFE, will get this limited time offer. The free Sloman's doorbell camera that connects directly to your phone with installation of your Sloman Shield. Call 833-933-SAFE. Sloman's is going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. You'll get an LED touchscreen pad, motion detector, 3 armed doors, and backup battery. Plus, if you're one of the first 40 1010 Wins listeners to call, you'll receive a free doorbell camera that connects right to your smartphone with the installation of your Sloman Shield. Keep your family safe. Call the great people at Sloman. Dial 833-933-SAFE. That's 833-933-SAFE.
Winds Utah 911. Traffic and transit now with Bill Powers.
And once again, our first stop's going to be over on Queens, westbound side of the LIE, heading in towards Queens Boulevard. You got an accident. At least the left lane is blocked off. The lane's going back to the Van Wyck. And on the eastbound side, of course, folks slowing down to grab a look. Grand Central, definitely a much better option for you. Also, if you're going to be traveling over on the Belt Parkway, that's actually in pretty good shape for you. You travel from Queens heading into Brooklyn, no delays in Staten Island on the Staten Island Expressway or 440. We are seeing a lot of eastbound delays over on the BQE, heading up in towards Atlantic Avenue with the delays to getting back to the Prospect over on the Gowanus, so you need to anticipate a tight ride. Here's what you need to know about your bridges and tunnels. GW Bridge, Lincoln Holland tunnels. Overall, check this just in. Outbound GW Bridge, looks like on heading for the upper deck, I should say, got an accident, so things are going to build up over at the GW Bridge, but the Lincoln and Holland tunnels, they're still doing okay. Exogen agrees with a just-released study by the FDA confirming that non-contact thermometers are not accurate and that their labels contain false information. Be accurate with Exogen thermometers, backed by over 100 clinical studies. Learn more at Exogen.com. I'm Bill Powers. Next report, 9:21 on 1010 Winds.
Now, the AccuWeather 4-day forecast with meteorologist Matt Benz.
And we are tracking the threat for a couple snow showers for this afternoon. Even a snow squall, that's where you can see a sudden burst of snow, and that will reduce visibility. That's what we'll have to watch out for this afternoon. Otherwise, it turns windy as well here for today, so hold on to your hats. We're heading up to 41 degrees here for this afternoon. Heading into tonight, the snow comes to an end, mostly clear, cold. Winds will diminish, but with a low of 22 in Midtown. Teens across most of the suburbs. Tomorrow, another chilly day, but mostly sunny skies, high of 37. Temperatures rebound for President's Day with a high of 54. Tracking a bit of rain at times for Tuesday with a high of 56. Currently, it's 33 degrees in Central Park. Relative humidity down to 38%. Repeating the current temperature is 33, going up to 41 this afternoon in Midtown. Meteorologist Matt Benz on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds.
Winds Utah 913. Well, marking Black History Month by looking at white supremacists. That's how the Suffolk County Historical Society and Southampton History Museum touched off a firestorm. The Historical Society features a 1926 ad for the Ku Klux Klan as its February 12th photo of the week. Summary of the racist group's activities on Long Island were included without any broader context. At a news conference, Museum Director Victoria Berger said she knew it was a mistake.
I want to look into the eyes, or have the opportunity to look into the eyes of the members of this community that we have so previously injured.
Saba Mbunzi, the president of the NAACP of Central Long Island, though, says they could have easily avoided this.
All someone had to do was to call up somebody black, to pick up the phone, to send the email, to reach out to Frederick Cunningham or Larry C., the NAACP, or someone else who was involved in the struggle, and just ask the question before posting and then reposting something like this.
Historical Society Board of Trustees apologizing. The museum executive directors have been suspended for 2 weeks. Wings News on 9:14 coming up. All-Star break and Olympics.
I may live in the city, but I love the outdoors. For a while now, I haven't been able to do what I love most, hike. To me, hiking is a time to think, a time to put things in perspective, a time to grow. My Subaru Ascent has symmetrical all-wheel drive, which makes getting out of town and upstate that much easier. With the optional eyesight system and steering responsive headlights, I can see around corners so I can arrive home safe whether I'm driving in the city or on a windy mountain road. There's a lot to worry about these days, but I am thankful that I can always rely on my Subaru to get me where I'm going. The 2022 Subaru Ascent, the most reliable Ascent ever. Subaru is the most trusted brand 7 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book. Get where you need to go in 2022 with the new Subaru Ascent, available at your local Subaru retailer. See retailer or Subaru.com for details. 2015 to 2021 Kelley Blue Book brand image awards are based on the brand watch study from Kelley Blue Book. Award calculated among non-luxury shoppers. For more information, visit www.kbb.com. Kelley Blue Book is a registered trademark of Kelley Blue Book Co. Inc.
Wings News on 9:15. Now Mark Renee with sports.
Kathleen, some news overnight at the Winter Olympics. The United States figure skating team making an official appeal to have its silver medals from the opening weekend team event awarded to them before the games wrap up in Beijing tomorrow. Those medals have been on hold pending the outcome of the Camila Valieva controversy. You might remember she helped Russia win the gold medal. Meantime, back here stateside, the NBA's All-Star festivities got underway in Cleveland. Last year's #1 overall draft pick, Cade Cunningham, was the MVP of the Rising Stars Challenge.
This is a game I was looking forward to be able to, be around so much big-time talent and just, have fun, but try to compete and go get a win. So to bring the trophy home, first All-Star weekend, means a lot.
There were no Knicks or Nets involved. As for college basketball, St. John's picked up its most lopsided Big East win since 1999. Mike Anderson's Red Storm blowing out Butler in Queens, 91-57.
You know, we say about a team effort, and we saw it on display, and you saw the guys that obviously they came back to last year.